well, this is a lovely little fandangly surprise, heck yes. Elden Ring, the gameplay preview has arrived, and yeah, I'm going to give you my synopsis and why I feel that I'm going to be pre-ordering this little kitty, heck yes.
Elden Ring is set here, in the lands between. This is a site of grace, acting as a place of rest for the player. Occasionally, grace will manifest rays of guiding light. Of course, we're free to choose whether to follow this guidance, or head off to explore in a different direction.
Wow, it looks like a painting brought to life, doesn't it? And this looks freaking fantastic. And the free roam aspect, you can either follow the light or make your own way. Oh, that reminds me so much of the Bridge in Shadow of the Colossus. The visuals in this are stunning. Look at the water effects. Now, at the start, it did say this was on a PC, but this has come to PlayStation 5 and Next Gen. Oh my days, look at that freaking dragon, how beautifully animated that was, and how seamlessly it flew down and transitioned down to the ground and then back up into the air. Look at the clouds, freaking awesome. Magic from the back of the actual horse. Oh my days, this is freaking immense. I love the fire effects. Look at that bow and arrow with the freaking magical skills. That reminds me a bit of Dragon's Dogma. Now, I'm noticing this has no HUD. I'm wondering whether that's a choice, because you would have imagined you would have got targeting ellipticals and things like that. But this is freaking epic. Oh, he's going around the back of the wing, and he does a slash into the throat of the dragon. Freaking epic. Freaking awesome. He's off the horse now, and bang! The dragon's down. TKO. Nope, he's going in for the freaking eye. Have that dragon in your freaking face. You know what I was saying about it looking like an oil painting before? Look at that. That could be a freaking background on your blinking PC. That's amazing. That's freaking craziness. And look at the depth of field. There's no sort of fogging or anything. The distance draw is unbelievable.
The map can prove useful when exploring the world, and is populated by acquiring map fragments. We can use markers to customize the map, such as setting reminders for the location of crafting materials or dangerous enemies. Beacons can also be placed to help with orientation. Beacons placed on the map appear in the world.
Oh my days. Oh my days, this looks freaking awesome. The map is freaking huge. And look at this. Is that a waterfall? No? What the fudge is that? Oh, magical jump point for horses.
Spirit springs can be used while on horseback to launch high into the air. This allows for stress-free traversal of areas with a great deal of verticality.
Well, people, that's the first I've seen of that. Some sort of launch pad for your handy mill. Oh, look, lightning and bolts. We've got weather effects. Weather effects are always welcome in games. Heck yes, helps with the immersion. But yes, I think I probably would have preferred, talking of immersion, maybe having a winged griffin or some sort of Pegasus as a pet. Some sort of winged bestian mount, rather than having those launch pads. But here we go. It's got us on top of this sort of mountain edge, and it just goes to show the sort of levels and the layers that this sort of game has got. This is pretty darn freaking epic. And yes, he's scouting the area, and there's loads of people below. What's he gonna do here? Let's check this out.
The carriage over there is carrying treasure, an opportunity too good to pass up. We'll prepare for combat with some item crafting, using materials found in the world.
Oh, now that I like. No going back to a campfire. No getting out some sort of crafting table or something, or heading back to a base or something to craft your items. You can craft them on the fly. Crafty! I like it a lot. And here we go. It looks like he was stealthing there. He's like creeping around. Arrow to the back. Take that. It's not a knife. You're having a freaking arrow. That looks more like a harpoon. Yeah, I think he's dead. He's definitely dead now. You proper deaded him. And then, it looks like a soul went into you there. I wonder if that's how you get some sort of ghosty type companions to aid you in your quest.
Enemy stance can be broken with heavy strikes, such as when attacking from above. variety of unique attacks can also be interchanged between weapons.
Hold on, did he say that you could interchange attacks from weapons? So if you like a certain attack from one of your weapons, you can transfer it to another weapon? Am I interpreting that correctly? That's pretty darn frickin' epic. I'm liking that. If that is the case, heck yes I am.
In more perilous situations, we can summon spirits to assist us in battle. Spirits vary greatly in type, so we look forward to players experimenting and finding their personal favorites.
Spirits? Vary in type? So do we get these spirits from defeating enemies? You know, like you saw the orange stuff going into your person back there. Is that how you claim the spirits? Does make you wonder, doesn't it? Does make you wonder. That bit hasn't intrigued me, and this bit intrigues me even more because this actually mentions multiplayer and co-op.
Online multiplayer can also be enjoyed with players from other worlds, from cooperative to PvP and invasions.
Sorry, come again. Invasions? Are we talking armies like legions of multiplayer, or are we talking small little factions? When you say co-op play, is it just 2 people? Or can we have more than that? An invasion? Maybe that's a raid. Maybe that's some sort of dungeon crawl. But again, is it going to be with multiple players? Or is this sort of like single player with co-op with a singular friend? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? It really does.
Deadly creatures stalk this forest, so we'll use stealth to avoid detection.
Quite, yeah. So I have quite a few questions when it comes to your multiplayer, and this is definitely something I'm going to be putting on my radar, even if it is just co-op play with one mate. That's perfectly great. Yes, this is definitely one that I have got keen interest in. Yeah, I'm going to be putting this one on my radar. No, I'll probably be putting this into pre-order, and I'll be telling you why towards the end of this video. Heck yes.
We've come across a boss guarding this area. We'll take it on with the help of our co-op partner.
Oh, I'm liking this so much. Because now, you've got your co-op player there. You can see that you're doing all these sorts of magic spells. They're doing all their sorts of shizzle. You get to see them with a giant power axe going at them. Freaking look at that! Freaking awesome. So you're sort of witnessing what the other player is rolling with and what they've done. And they're probably checking you out in a similar sort of way. And I love that. I love showing off what you've managed to accomplish in-game through armor and abilities. Freaking really brings it together. And you're like, how did you get that ability? I want that ability. Loads of talking points, and yes, I'm gonna love playing this with some of my mates. Look at that, she's got some sort of dragon head on her arm. Let's just slow that down, have a better look at that. Holy fudge! I don't think that's like one of those ghosty things that you summon through one of those cubey boxes. No, that looks like it's actually part of her. It almost looked organic, whereas all the ghosts are sort of white and shiny. How the fudge she do that?
Catacombs, caves, mines, and other dungeons can be found while out exploring the world. These dungeons each hold their own secrets, from hidden treasures to fearsome bosses.
Not only fearsome bosses, it's got Goonie-esque type traps on the gens. Yes, and look at this. You're actually following another player at the moment, and this player sort of signifies, look, this wall. Come to this wall. It looks like a dead end. But no, they're pointing the way. It looks like you get to use emotes as well. I love my emotes in game, I really do. Yeah! And look at this. There's a chest in there. Now what I'd imagine is that other player has probably already done this before and is pointing the way and guiding you to the chest, because they don't seem to be interested in the contents or kicking it open, so I can only but assume that they've already got it. And why are they glowing red? So many questions! So yes, there is some content that I cut out of this trailer. For the full trailer, see the video description or the card at the top of the screen. But if you do buy the full limited edition version of this, the hard copy, not the digital one, you get a figurine. And it is of one of these characters. It does look like we might be interacting with a few NPCs in-game.
Greetings, traveller from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
We've reached Stormvale Castle, a large-scale dungeon which connects seamlessly with the surrounding Limgrave region.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I would advise against taking the main gate into the castle. It's tightly guarded by hardened old hands. Oh, try the opening right here. The guards don't know about it. You'll breach the castle undetected. Fair enough. You certainly don't have to trust me. Well, if you must go through the gates, I'll signal them to open. But of course, I'd advise against it. The gates! Open the gates!
Yeah, I don't think I'll be trusting that guy either. He looks like Voldo from freaking Soul Edge or Soul Calibur or whatever. So yeah, I'd go through the front gate. Nope, you get shot to shite. Okay, maybe we should have trusted that dude. Yeah, I'm liking the sort of choices, so you can do what you like.
The main route seems risky, so we'll try entering through a back way.
Right, now people, check this out. Look at how many weapons they cycle through. First of all, giant power axe that summons in some skeletons that hack him down. Now he's got a spear. Swapped to a spear, takes him out with a frickin' spear, have that in the frickin' chops, boom, and into the head, swaps to a sword. How awesome is that? 3 weapons he's cycled through so far. Take this, you scutter, yes? And then when you go through here, he swaps to a bow in a moment. He's got a torch from somewhere. Where the fudge did you find that? Frickin' Paul Daniels type stuff. Heck yes, and here we go. Chops to a bow.
Extra care should be taken when moving through dungeons, as visibility and terrain differ from when in the open. We hope players enjoy getting a feel for the different types of areas and coming up with suitable strategies for each.
Well, that took him by surprise. He got stabdicated in the back. Look at all this, all the sort of body parts hanging up on hooks. It's like freaking Hellraiser. That's mental. It looks like he's just about to do a stealth attack.
Dungeons are complex and multi-layered, meaning they can be tackled from a number of routes.
So like I was mentioning before, there's quite a fair few NPCs by the looks of things that you interact with that could be, storyline or questline characters. Here's one!
Ah, nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Roger is the name. A sorcerer, as you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormvale Castle? This place is bristling with Tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
Mighty dragon, thou the true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well... a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
Now that's how you freaking build up suspense and build up a freaking boss fight. Oh my days. I just hope that they haven't just gone and shown one of the better bosses of the game. I'm hoping that there's, well, we know from freaking past examples from this studio that this is probably one of the smaller bosses. This is what they're sharing with us. And that dragon as well. I can't wait to see what else is in store for us inside of this game. I mean, look at that little ghost that he's just summoned there. I do think they are the bad guys from what I've seen here. Did you see that big shiny freaking sword? Heck yes, this is awesome. This is really cool. And it almost looks like there's a parry in there as well that I saw him do earlier, which is so many different aspects. The bad guy's now got a dragon grafted to his freaking hand, and the dragon that was hanging up has got its head severed. So, Oh, that must be like a second phase or something. So maybe it starts off without that hand, then he rips it off because he needs it to take you on. This is freaking epic. Yes, I can't wait to be picking this up. And you know what, people? Because this is coming from a studio that delivers, you know, I don't think this is going to be another Cyberpunk all over again. At least I freaking hope not. I'm going to keep everything freaking crossed. And I'm pre-ordering this thing. I did promise myself I'm never pre-ordering again. But you know what? I want this in my list. I want to be playing this the day that it freaking drops and giving you my first impressions and probably dying horribly. I'm not good at these games. Dark Souls? Freaking no. I died every 5 seconds. So until then, people, I hope you subscribe and I hope you like what you've seen. Until next time, goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.